Elohim. I am Adonai, your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, the house of bondage. So this is actually a very famous verse because it's the opening of the 10 Commandments. And in the Jewish tradition and the Christian tradition, it's kind of like in the Christian tradition, this is like an introduction more to the commandment. In the Jewish tradition, there's a disagreement whether this is a command or a mitzvah or not. So famous rabbis disagree whether this verse is the first commandment or just an intro or preliminary to the mitzvah. So one of the predominant views today, which is also supported by recent archaeological discoveries of ancient Near Eastern treaties, that the first commandment, the specific verse, established God's authority before commanded obedience to the law. And this claim is based on a passage in the Mechilta. I'm going to quote it. So, quote, "You shall have no other gods beside me." Why this is said? Because it says, "I am the Lord your God." To give a parable, and this is a parable in the Mechilta, a king of flesh and blood entered a province. His servants said to him, "Issue decrees for the people." He, however, told them, "No, when they accept my sovereignty, I will issue decrees. For if they do not accept my sovereignty, how will they carry out my decrees?" So basically in this parable, the king is the Lord, Hashem, and then the people are the people of Israel. And then the first commandment, or the first verse of the 10th commandment, is like a kind of declaration, of his sovereignty. So sovereignty, yeah. So it's kind of, it doesn't make sense to obey my commandment. You have first, before that, to acknowledge my sovereignty over you. In other words, the first verse explaining why the Israelites should be bound by the will of God. He had rescued them, liberated them, and brought them to safety. The first verse might not be considered a mitzvah, but a kind of declaration of sovereignty or lordship. So why the Israelites should accept God's sovereignty. Another thing about this verse, and there's a lot said about this, is that why he mentioned Egypt, like the not creation, like why he mentioned I brought you out of the land of Egypt instead of saying I am the God, the creator. And it has to do with what he did in saving them from Egypt. Remember the 10 plagues. Yes. So some of the rabbis would say God is declaring himself not only as the creator, but the one who can even change the laws of nature in order to save his people. And that's the thing I want to bring here to our application for all of us. This is who our God is. He's not only the creator. This is important that we